5. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, firstly, I'd love to apologize for obviously not being as consistent with Vlogmas. To be really honest with you, you guys know how it is. I felt demotivated and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go at my pace this year. I'm not really gonna allow myself to fall under this influence of creating every single day. And I know that my subscribers are gonna hate me for this, but in all honesty, I think I've done my time with Vlogtober. I think I've really given my best, I've given it my all, and now I just want to really focus on me. But I did decide to add in like a quick story time of something that happened at Foncity, and this is just a really quick story time. It's something that happened and I was like, ooh, I need to talk about this because child, it was almost a brawl there by Foncity. It was almost a brawl and your FAVES in the midst. I hate that somehow I always get involved in the belly of things where I'm not. This thing is so nice, guys. You know what? Side note, Ember Rush Ember, you just need to dash it with sparkling water, soda water. Like, it's perfect. I even dashed it with water, dude. Like, I'm actually lying. I think I dashed it with tonic. No, yeah, it's too sweet. There's no way that's water. Anyway, quick shout out. I just want to do a shout out to someone. Quick shout out to this girl called Usisipo Vitboy, right? So I'm going to plug her Twitter handle right here. She actually sent me a tweet and she was like, hey, dude, do a story time, do a mukbang. And I responded to her, but I think my response came off what is a bit crass or abrasive. And deeply sorry about that. I think obviously just typing in the moment, there was a whole lot of things that were misconstrued. But because I felt absolutely horrible for how you received my response, I am doing a story time and I'm dedicating it to you. Yes, Miss Mamas. Yes, Miss Mamas, the story time belongs to you. So please thank her because you guys got a story time out of me, courtesy of her. Without rambling too much, let's just jump into the story. You guys can already see by the title of the video is that it almost became a brawl at Foncity, and honestly, I don't even know how it got to that point, but I feel like the tensions were already rising. The tensions were going up, babes. So for many of you guys who have probably watched Foncity Vlogmas Part 1, that has already been released. If you haven't watched it, go watch Part 1, kind of, you know, get in tune with what's going on. But essentially, while I was there, Senzo and I got invited by, well, I got invited by a brand and I was allowed to bring a +1. So I brought Senzo with me. And it's so nice because I think that now that Senzo's jumping into his influencer stage, he's meeting so many other people who are now recognizing him for his individual influencer talents and whatever the case may be. So it was kind of a great idea and an initiative for us to go together. And Senzo's a great cock block. You know, if I went by myself, I probably would have been bored most of the time. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be alone. And that would give niggas leeway to come to my room for no damn reason. Okay? So I was avoiding that. Shut. Okay, guys, stress. This brand invites me. They tell me I bet. Come through. Come through. Hi man. Guys. So I get there with Senzo on the Friday afternoon. We're actually super tired. We were doing so much throughout the day that by the time we got to Suncity, we were pushed. So I know fine. We're going to get to the hotel, relax, and basically prepare for the beach party, which we did. The beach party was great. You guys obviously saw by Part 1. At the beach party, it was nice. Until the next day. So now the next day is a Saturday. This is where things actually started going wrong, and I don't. No. I know exactly what happened, but it's fine. Saturday morning after breakfast, Senzo and I decided to go hang out by the pool. Hey, we decided to go hang out by the pool. We get to the poolside, we find a place to sit. We actually join the friend of some guy that I knew. So that guy's like, no, you guys can sit next to me, it's fine. We sit next to him, and then eventually he moves and he sits somewhere else. So Senzo and I end up having that kind of part to ourselves. It was like a 3-seater. No problem, guys. Everything is chillax. Everyone is at the pool, everyone is relaxing. You can see everyone is there. People are in different parts, whatever. Then walks this guy. Aish. So I'm not gonna lie, off the bat he's a very good looking gent. Like he's a very good looking gent, and he was dressed like he was wearing like high-end designer clothing. So think like your Gucci's, your Louis Vuittons, and like your hydraulics and stuff like that. Think that, right? He was wearing high-end designer clothing, and if you are someone who obviously has the eye for it, you can see it. And courtesy of your ultimate fave, I definitely can see things I can't afford. Yeah. Who am I kidding? I can afford that. Anyway, we see him walking down, and I go, Now, he's not normally the first choice that I would go for, because first of all, he's fairly light-skinned. Like, he's not lighter than me, but he's not far off from me. And generally, I lean towards dark-skinned men, and it's not a fetish, it's not anything. It's just I've always liked dark-skinned men. Like, it's just what it is for me. Preference. But he was a good-looking guy, and he was a good-looking caramel-toned nigga, right? Sharp. So I see him. Senzo and I see him, he walks down. So the first joke that Senzo and I make is that, why is he wearing sneakers by the poolside? Like, this man is dressed as though he would be going to the mall, a chillax, something. He was very relaxed, but man, we were just like, I know, man, I just say with this guy. We were very enjoying the eye candy, looking at the, yo guys, by the way. Let me just say this, guys. I know that some of your boyfriends are at Suncity, but when they were by the poolside, yeah, the man's was beautiful. Oh, that thirst kind of came out. Sabaweli, the thirst. And you know, guys, quick one. I'm telling the story, but fun fact, at Foncity, 2 story times came out. The second one is that I found out that Nathan was cheating on me. Yo, guys. I don't want to get into that one. I don't want to get into how the girl came up to me and then started spilling the beans. I don't want to get into that one, because that one I still need to heal. I still need to recover. I still need to really allow myself to process the emotions and tell you guys the story of how this hand basically told me that the nigga that you seeing is the nigga that was seeing me. Anyway, but prior, Senzo will get this joke. Prior to that happening, okay, what am I telling everybody? I used to date this guy. No, I wasn't dating him. I was seeing this guy. This guy, he's a Zulu gentleman. Senzo and I were in the car, and it was on loudspeaker, and I'm like, hey, where have you been and stuff? And he was like, yeah, no, being is in danger. And then prior to so now it's our little joke, like, we don't say prior, we say prior. So much prior to that. But it's fine. So prior to the catching Nathan in the act for the second time. Trip. So we decided to call this guy Trip, because his trip was on point. Like, his foot was on point prior. So this guy's trip is on point, and we see him. He goes and he sits in by the chairs right by the poolside in front of us. So like, he's directly in front of us. So he's in our line of sight. So if we're looking forward, there's his table right there. That's fine. Nalasanzo, we chilling, we drinking, whatever the case may be. So I see this guy, and then shortly after him comes another guy who's also light-skinned caramel, but he's just a tad bit lighter and a tad bit more, you know, like bombastic, charismatic, talkative. So for story's sake, but this is what Senzo and I call them. We call them Beyonce. So Beyonce comes to the poolside shortly after and joins Drip, right? Beyonce, now you can see him, he's a talkative one. So now Drip was eyeing me a little bit, and I was eyeing him a little bit, but it is what it is. He's a very good looking guy. Let me just say that side note. He's a very good looking guy. I can't take that away from him. But this is not the creme de la creme of the story. Fine. Beyonce gets there, Beyonce chills, and then shortly after, Musa Keys rocks up. Wow, thank God I shot my shot before I found out that I'm fucking with some ain't shit niggas. Okay. So now the Powerpuff Girls are chilling by the pool, right? So we've got Drip. So Beyonce is basically the loud one. Drip would be Kelly, in mine and Senzo's opinion, and then Musa Keys was Michelle, because Musa Keys was the very toned down one, the gorgeous one, the dark skinned one. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. You know? So fine, Senzo went to go get us some strawberry daiquiris, and we were sitting in line of sight. So now Beyonce was sitting in a chair that was looking directly at me. So he was sitting sideways and he was basically looking at me in his line of sight like this, and the guys were looking forward, you know? So now I don't know what I was standing up greeting people, doing what. Okay, first things first, I see them bring their own liquor. So I see them bring a bottle of like cognac. They bring it there. Hi, the guy brings them an iced bucket. Hi, man. So now, Sans and I remember that, no man, we've also got a bottle of Hennessy in the room. Why don't we just get that Hennessy, come with the cooler box and chill? Yeah, because they're doing it, so we should be able to do it too. Fine. Before we actually even come up with that, Beyonce starts obviously chirping. And I don't know how Beyonce started talking to me, but obviously he was throwing bones. Like he was just like, kind of weird. Santo and I were just having some random ass basic ass conversation, and then he made a comment about my toes, and he basically said he's got a toe fetish, right? And I was like, well, if you got a toe fetish, then welcome to the winning team, ho, because I've got amazing toes. I mean, I should have joined OnlyFans and showcased my toes, but then I was actually a bit worried that I wouldn't make as much money that I thought I would. But I've got great toes, I know that. So he made this comment about my toes, and then he asked me like if like he said some comment about, yeah, no, what did he say? He made a comment about my toes, ne? And then he was making like small banter, like, oh, join us, da 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 da. And I was like, why Chomia, how is he wearing sneakers, whatever. I was just basically making fun of them, essentially. I was just bantering. But it looks like Beyonce was really enjoying the banter because he was bantering back. And then, they had ice. So there was a point where he was like, he wanted to talk to me, and then I walked up to him and I spoke to him. And while I was speaking to him, he starts grabbing my foot. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you? He's like, dude, my toe fetish is just so out of control. I'm like, leave my foot alone, nah, boy, fuck out of here. And also, another thing is that I had noticed Musa Keys. So now and the thing is, the reason why we called him Musa Keys is because Sansa was like, okay, so initially we called him a Spice Girl because he was wearing these other shoes. They looked nice on him, but we called them Spice Girl shoes, right? And then we saw him at another party, and then we called him, obviously, what's this? Musa Keys. So Musa Keys is like looking at me, and I'm also kind of feeling the boy. And the thing is, the other guys, well, Beyonce, his demeanor was charismatic and loud and whatever. Kelly was definitely like, I know who the fuck I am. I know I'm a hot guy. But then Musa Keys, dude. Oh, child, just have a drink, child. Musa Keys, what I liked about him was his demeanor. Now, I love a man who doesn't showcase, like who doesn't play his cards out in the open, who doesn't show that he's a thirsty, hungry lion. Now, Beyonce was definitely acting thirsty, right? So I was obviously playing along because I was like, how come you guys get ice and you guys get to bring your cognac and stuff like that? How come you get to do that, but when we try to do that, we get bounced? And he's like, no, stick with us. You guys can join. You guys can take this, whatever the case may be. So now we're making a relationship because Beyonce is initiating it, because Beyonce wang nyaka. Like, he made that very clear. And I'm like, okay, fine. Musa Keys, I'm already starting to feel like we can already tell who the money maker of the squad is. Oh, Vele, oh, Wang, oh, throwing the bones. So then I go to the room. I don't know what I went to the room to go do, actually. You know what? I actually don't know what I went to the room to go do. When I come back, literally, I think I was in the room for about 15-20 minutes. 15-20 minutes. When I come back, you see Senzo Moli. Senzo initially, I don't know if I went to go get the bottle. Yeah, I did. I went to go get the bottle. When I come back, now, first and foremost, there's a lady there who's obviously watching everyone by the poolside. And she's like, no, you're not allowed to bring your bottle here. You're supposed to buy the liquor that's available at the pool bar. And I'm like, no, but mama, please let us in. She's like, I can't. And I'm like, no, but that's not fair because those guys over there, they also brought their alcohol. Why are you not banning them? Oh, but I can so warn you, man. There's an addition of 2 new people there at their table. Well, but I can so warn you. I'm like, why don't you ban them? Yeah, but I'm like, no, mama, this thing is not fair. I'm fun to and tell people who's sitting with the bottle, whatever the case may be. Mama, those guys over there, they did it. They did it. So I'm trying obviously to share this mamas, and now she's obviously clocking the situation because they're getting away with it because another guy who's working at the pool bar is helping them. So now she has no choice but to let me in because corruption. Corruption, collusion, you know, nepotism, whatever you want to call it, that's not right. It's what it is. So fine, she then goes to them. Well, she lets me in and she's like, please, like, I'm not going to get in trouble for this. So please just hide it. I get where you're coming from. So keep it out of sight. And I'm like, I got you, mama. After that, I walk straight to the guys. Now, bear in mind, my whole booty cheeks are out. I'm wearing a bikini. I'm by the poolside. I walk straight to the Powerpuff Girls and I say, yo, guys, now I'm putting the white kitty say Hennessy and nakiten nikita malelona. That was the biggest mistake I could have made. Yeah, but now I didn't realize who was sitting there. I didn't see them. I didn't see the girls. Like they were sitting on the chairs but laying, and now I'm behind, so I'm not even looking over. I went straight to Beyonce. I'm like, yo, now I'm putting so Beyonce's like, why would you say that? Yo, Luna, why? And then I'm like, okay, also can I have ice? So I get the eyes. How can I get the eyes, man? Shit, there's 2 girls there. Oh shit, now it's gonna look a bit disrespectful. Because now they weren't there when they were busy throwing bones. Well, when I buy there, I mean Beyonce. Shit. So now I get the eyes quickly and I walk back. I sit down, listen. Senzo's like, hey, I'm like, why? Senzo's like, as soon as you walked back, the girls both turned and looked at you. And I'm like, ooh. Oh, damn it. Ooh. So now I didn't see them. And also I was very surprised at what was happening. And Sansa's like, I'm also gonna go ask for ice because they said we can ask for ice. Sansa goes and he asks for ice. They give us ice, everything is fine. And then Beyonce and Musa Keys swap seats. Because I think obviously one of the girls that was there, and I'm gonna call her, what name am I gonna give to her that's really going to resemble the kind of character that she is? Shaniqua. I don't know for Shaniqua. Shaniqua is wrong. Shanika ki kuri man, ke ngwanyana ratang conflict. You understand? Like ngwanyana like go. You know, there are certain girls you can take to certain places, and then there are certain girls you just can't take to certain places. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna call her Shaniqua, right? And she had a very low-key, sharp, alright, fine. Now, obviously, the introduction to each other was just not pleasant, right? Because now it looks like I'm trying to come for their bread, their butter, their bag, their weekend. And I'm just like, no. Fine. The afternoon continues, everything is fine. Because now Shaniqua was there with her friend, who I'm going to call Trisha. Shaniqua and Trisha. Yeah, Sha. So fine. The morning goes past, we all decide to change, we go to UR. It's fine. UR comes again. I see Beyonce. Original Slay Mama Beyonce. Kibone Beyonce, Kibone Kelly, Kibone Musa Keys. Now Musa Keys is looking fine. There was just something about Musa Keys' demeanor, bro, that I just can't like make you guys understand. There was just something about his demeanor. Like, it's like when he looked at, before we even get to UR, when they swapped seats at the pool, yes, sis, I swear to God, it felt like he was looking through my soul. I'm like, hey! I felt naked, dude. I felt bare, bruh. I was like, ooh. Why are you looking at me like that? Stop looking at me like that. And the thing is now, it's obvious that Shaniqua is there with Beyonce and Trisha is obviously there with Kelly, right? Drip. So Musa Keys was there by himself. And when I tell you Musa Keys even tilted his head and looked straight at me, I was just like, I couldn't even look back for too long. And then the thing is, when you stare at me, I'm gonna stare back at you. But then there was something about him when he looked at me, dude. It was a definite turn on. And I know, maybe I'm just a hungry lion right now. Maybe I'm just really thirsty, and it's probably evident from this video, but it was a definite turn on. I fast forward to UR, I see them, nothing happens. That's fine. Because now I can already tell what the setup is, and now it's already tense. I couldn't even greet them, because I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna greet them, they're gonna ask questions, and the girls are gonna ask questions, and I'm really not in the mood, because already from what it was, I was already getting very negative energies from Shaniqua, right? Fine. Now we go to the all whites. We go to the all whites. I'm hanging out with this other mate, this male guy friend of mine. His name is, for story's sake, I'm gonna call him Instigator. Now, Instigator is an instigator, okay? But then Instigator sees me at UR. He's like, no, let's all come chill at my table shop. In the evening, I'm chilling with my other boys. And then after that, Instigator comes and he's like, no, come sit with me. Like, he was definitely just that night, come sit with me. Instigator. I swear to God, when God said, the thing about God and his little jokes, we're sitting there, it's me, it's it's this other girl that I know, these other two girls that I met the other girl through the other one that I know that night, and then Instigator and his friend who's with the girl that I know, and then Tugu out of nowhere, do the Powerpuff Girls not rock up to our table? What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Let me call them Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child rocks up to our table with the two girls that they came with. Now, initially, I'm irritated because already as it is, the girls got there and the energy was just very... Okay, no, let me say this. Trisha is a nice girl. Trisha is very to herself. She's very chill. She's very relaxed. Shaniqua, I can say, man, she was on defense. And whatever. And then at that time, so I'm just like, bro, I am the least of your problems, but it's okay. Because it seems like now we are meeting and now we are getting on defense from the pool. Fine, that evening goes well. I don't naga them, they don't naga me, we don't naga each other. Everything is fine, dude. Like, everyone is just having a good time. Nobody is starting any beef with anybody. Now, fast forward to where the beef actually starts, which is so strange because this was such a awkward thing for me to actually go, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yo, guys. Ooh. Fine, fast forward to Fontaine. Now it's pretty evident that we're all sitting together as a team, and I don't even know how this team was formed, but I blame Instigator because I didn't want to sit with them to begin with. Like, I don't know them, they're not my friends, I wouldn't sit with them under any circumstance, but I was enjoying seeing Mr. Keys though, because Mr. Keys was also looking at me on Saturday, and I was just like, you know what, I should have fucking made a move and stopped trying to be a faithful black woman to a man who was doing me like dirt. Fuck men, for real. But anyway, fine, Sunday 2010 comes, I know, fine, we go to the table, Instigator looks for them, we all sit, everything is fine. Hi, man. So now, I haven't conversed with Shaniqua and Trisha. Out of the main factor, hi, man. Snacks. Like, if you come to a table and you find people there, if you don't greet, for me already, that's like a put off. It's like you just don't respect anybody at the table. I have no problem with that. You rocking with your niggas, I ain't got no problem with that. It's fine. But that I also don't. Yeah, but maybe I'm thinking maybe they on defense because of the pool where I honestly didn't see them. And also at the all white they didn't greet. Well, or maybe they greeted and I didn't see. You know what I mean? But let's assume I didn't see. Mara at Fontaine, they definitely came and didn't greet. They didn't. They mustn't like. Because me, I'm seeing Mr. Keys, you know, my heart is in a good place. I'm thinking, you know what, Beyonce is already giving me vibes of a nigga that would start some shit. And this hand gives me vibes of a girl who would go to rock honeys at a party. So So already it's like analyze it. She's quite petite, she's quite small. So I'm just like, I don't like this girl's energy, and I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where energy comes from, but I'm going to assume it's because we haven't actually conversed. Let's say she's actually got a resting bitch face, but she's quite nice. Yaba? Shut. So the night continues. So how I end up speaking to them is, so Musa Keys and I start really vibing, like to a point where Tshwane Fontaine was where he started talking to me, I started talking to him, and I started kind of really moving into him. Like I really liked his energy, and I don't know, man, like I was just really feeling him, and I got the same energy from him. So a lot of the time he was smoking hubbly, so I would go and ask him, and then I was like, no, it's fine, I'm gonna buy another one. He's like, no, you don't need to, here it is, smoke. Yeah. So I was already starting to feel like he was kind of edging me in, and oh, he was so good looking, he was so fun, bro. Sorry, let me make another drink so we can get to the climax of the story, because this is actually where it gets tense. This is where I was just like, nah, no ways. I'm not gonna be disrespected by a stranger. Alright, okay. Fine. So Musa Keys and I are vibing, everything is great. I'm really keeping on my end, he's keeping on his end, but when we have those little moments to talk, we talk. And now Instigator starts wanting to create this idea that we're together. And I'm like, no. Please don't do that, because like I said, I'm feeling Musa Keys and I don't want him to think that I'm with Instigator. And Instigator's like, no, you can't do that, you can't disrespect me like that. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? When have you and I ever been a thing? And now worst part, Instigator was there with the friend of the girl that I know from All White. So I'm just like, why are you closing off my avenues? Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? I like Musa Keys. It's like, no, you can't do that. No, obviously, what are they gonna think now? I'm like, I don't care what they think, dude. I want Musa Keys. So at some point, Instigator starts irritating me, right? And I move towards Musa Keys. And now I'm telling Musa Keys, and I think it was Beyonce or Kaylee. I don't remember what was there. I'm telling them the story. Kante, Trisha and Shaniqua are there. So now I end up telling them the story. I don't know how it happens, but I'm just like, I'm one day now. Oh, he's busy doing this, and he's trying to make it seem like like why? Why is he doing that shit? It's annoying. So Shaniqua chimes in and says, yo guys, I'm never gonna forget how this conversation went, because it was literally in 2 minutes, and I don't know how it went from that to this. She says, I think she's Batubaba Buang, like Spitori, dude. And then now I'm thinking she's the Latino of South Africa. Kante. No, man, Moto is as black as it gets. She's just really light skinned. She says, when men use you, you must use them back. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right though. But initially I'm like, why? I'm like, no, this is not a case of using. Like this, I'm not seeing this guy. I just don't understand why he wants to create. But then she chimes in again. She's like, no. You must use a man. So now I'm just like, Mama, look, I'm not here for the soapbox story right now. Like I totally get it. Like men should be used. I'm all for it. But also in the same breath, I'm just like, dude, I don't think you're understanding what's going on here. I'm not seeing this man, okay? And I hate the fact that he's trying to portray it to you guys. As I'm trying to explain to her, no man, there's no need to use this guy because I'm not with this guy. She basically says, verbatim, basically, if you don't want to take my advice, then go up a lag. I'm like, girl, what? I'm like, excuse? Yeah, she's like, go up a lag, via. And I'm like, oh. No, guys, no way. No, it caught me off guard for so many reasons. Wait, let me dissect this. Okay. When she said it, first of all, I can't take this away from her. I didn't see her eyes or her features, but she looks like she's a pretty girl, man. She's a cute, pretty girl. So when that man voice started coming out, I was like, what are you? Yeah, and even when she was speaking, she's like, I'm not about you. I'm like, no, that's it, guys. No, that's it. like, yeah, people think I talk like this, but I really talk like this. What the fuck, nigga? Yeah, this girl beats up Beyonce. That's why Beyonce, when he saw this girl, he completely switched tail. He's like, hey, I don't want to get beat up by my girlfriend. That's when it clicked. Oh, no, man, this girl, she looks like the type that rocks for a living. She looks like those type. Put some Sadiwa Ernest. Ernest on TikTok. You know the ones like, yeah, I'm gonna get them. So I was just like, oh. It just didn't make sense for so many reasons. You know, when you look at someone and you imagine them to be a certain way. Because obviously her demeanor was very cool. I mean, she was obviously giving stank bitch vibes, but I thought it's because, you know, she knows she hot, she knows she the moment, she knows she the bomb diggity. And obviously, at the end of the day, if she's probably giving those vibes, she's probably thinking that her man cheats, so she has to be on the fence. Yeah. So initially, after hearing that, then it clicked to Raiman, oh, is actually shooing me like a child. And I'm like, why she's like, hey, kids are via. I'm like, woo! Then I got irritated and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Then I go to Instigator's friend. Now bear in mind, y'all know me, I've retired my boxing gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like them gloves be up and out. Ain't nobody finna do that anymore. Like even me, like, you know, I have to be Tammy Roman, count to 10, and then after 10 count to 20, and then after 20 count to 30, and then from 30 start counting reasons of the bags I could potentially lose once I start racking, right? So I go to Instigator's friend and I start talking to her and I'm like, bruh, this girl's actually quite disrespectful. And now, before I spoke to them, there was a girl who was there with them. And that girl I just met her that day, but she was drinking like her own drinks by herself in the corner. And then they were obviously drinking champagne, these girls. But she was there with them and Destiny's Child, Powerpuff Girls. So I'm like, dude, so I offer her champagne from our bottles. And I'm like, dude, have champagne, why are you drinking Brutal? She's like, no, I'm fine. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So her and I start talking, and then I don't know how we get to this conversation of Shaniqua and Trisha. And she was like, yo, dude, if I can tell you how mean and rude they were to me. Apparently, Shaniqua made some comment. Let me remember correctly. I could be mistaken. But she made some comment on some, so who are you? Like, Naledi, they made me feel so small. So now this girl, So now this girl starts telling me, oh no, man, I met them today and then they said I should come sit with them and that was fine. But then Shaniqua made this comment that made me feel so small. And I'm like, oh, so can tota high, those things. So when she did the same thing to me, I was like, So I go to Instigator's friend and I relay the story and I'm like, she's telling me that we must use you guys. I'm like, yeah, she's telling me that we must use you guys, so we're gonna use you guys, you know? Because I'm just like, hey, kichikiwe, right? I've been told, I've been summoned, I've been, yeah. And then she's like, because I can't get over this honey's voice. No, my thing is, guys, listen. The thing is, the way that she looks and the way she was acting are two, like, it's like an oxymoron, it's like a paradox. It just didn't make any sense. So fine, she's like, bruh. Because now me, I'm already almost sussed out. I'm like, fuck, we're gonna rack. It's gonna be a rack. Let it rack. Like, let it go down. Because I'm trying like that. First of all, what you're not going to do is shoo me when I'm trying to explain what's going on to you. But secondly, you're not going to threaten me. Shame. Let it go down. Now hang sharp. Touch, it's a move. Touch, it's a move. It's a kala ipahama that thing. Yo, guys. It's a kala pam orange. And then after that, I saw Beyonce go, oh, no. Beyonce. Beyonce knows this girl. Beyonce was like, we're about to get bounced because I think he knows how rowdy his girl. Well, I'm assuming if it's his girlfriend. I'm not sure. I don't know what they were to each other. I don't know. I never knew. I'm assuming if it was his girlfriend, he propped up very quickly because I think he knew what she's bound to do. You know. So I'm like, nah, boy, let it happen. Yeah, well, No, I'm also now, I'm perked up. Now I'm pissed. Because I'm just like, no. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know what you think you're going to do. I don't know who you think you're going to threaten. But me, I just want you to know touch is a move. Touch is a move. High five. As soon as she perks up and stuff like that, this other girl sees. Galaki from homecoming. She sees, she pulls me aside. She's like, Naledi. I'm like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm like, oh, it wasn't me. I mean, yeah, maybe I will pour a little bit of spice up in there. But who said she must eavesdrop? Okay, I wasn't really being that silent about it. But like, who said she must eavesdrop? And also, I think these Pretoria honeys have this thing. Hey, dog, nah, this is the real world, dog. Yeah. If you want to you understand? So now the thing is, I think she had this thing in her head. When she starts, sorry you guys, no, I want to stop taking it. The thing is, I had already become so shocked. I was just like, what's going on here? No, man, I want you to sound cute and preppy. Like I want you to sound how you look, bitch. The fuck? Fine. They stop it, and then, well, they stop it before it becomes anything, essentially. And then I explained to the girl that I'm coming, oh no, man, this honey actually shooed me, and I don't appreciate that, you know? Like, she could have said, okay, fine, but I don't know if maybe, you see now looking back at it, when she was speaking the way she was speaking in anger, I'm like, maybe she just speaks like that. Maybe that's just who she is. Maybe she's just a rough rider. Maybe I just have to take it in, you know? Why I was just like, nah, dog. But when the sugar palm wam, like, is that nice? No. So I also thought chief the via. Via, dude. Via is a very disrespectful thing to me. Finally get stopped. The homecoming team is like, dude, you have a lot more to lose than someone of that nature. So don't do it. And I'm like, oh, fine, I'm not gonna do it. Then they go to her and they're like, pipe it down. We ain't never had no damn fight up in here. It ain't finna start with y'all guys. And I'm like, okay, Shab. And like, the thing is, it went 0 to 100 so quickly that I didn't even understand why she was on the defense. So I automatically assumed it's because she had thought that maybe, so she goes to the bathroom, she disappears. And then I go to the friend and I'm like, dude, what actually happened here? And the friend is like, no, dude, I'm so sorry. Trisha actually apologizes on her behalf. I was actually shocked. I wasn't expecting Trisha to apologize. I was actually expecting Trisha to while out and say, no, but so Trisha's like, no, sorry. Trisha almost gave me, like, she almost reaffirmed what everybody was thinking, or no, she has a tendency of whiling out, like it's just who she is. So Trisha's like, no, dude. Because I'm like, you know what, Trisha, like, I hope you don't think I came across disrespectful as you, like to you. And she's like, no, I actually didn't pick up that vibe. I'm like, hey, Lena, I didn't pick up those vibes from you. And Trisha's like, no, dude, I'm really sorry. Like, I don't know what the hell that was as well. And then obviously Trisha and I were like, okay, cool, sharp. Because I'm like, no, I don't want to step on any toes, guys. Like, I was just like irritated at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Trisha's like, no, cool, I get it, chap. So Trisha was actually very laid back. Trisha was actually not the person that I expected her to be, which kind of made me like her a little bit more. Like, I actually fucked with Trisha. Like, I don't know if she actually even knows anything that I do, but if she does ever come across this video, I fucks with you, bitch. Like, I fucks with you. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Like, it was almost a brawl, but it wasn't. And also, I've come to the realization that some people will start shady shit with you because they know who you are. Like, some people will start mess with you because they want you to react, they want to catch it on camera, and they want to give you a bad name. Because deep down, I was like, me and this girl don't know each other from a bar of soap. So it didn't make any sense why she was already on the defense when it came to me. And I was like, no, man, it can't be the pool situation. I wasn't being disrespectful. Maybe, yes, I didn't greet, but I didn't see. And when I did, I no longer went to that table. So I was just like, why was she being so rude? Like, why? Or maybe it's just her nature. And then I was like, nah, man. I really want to believe that that's not the person that she is. But then judging from what she did to the other lady, I was just like, hey, man, that's probably just who she is. Maybe she's on the defense. Maybe she has to be like that because of the nigga that she, like, you know, when a nigga's not trustworthy, you're not going to fucks with any bitch that comes close to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop calling women bitches. Because first of all, Lenaki a woman. So does it make me a bitch? I don't know, blah, 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 I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what happened. It was almost a brawl there by Fontaine, but it got the match died out so quickly. It's like the homecoming people. Naledi's in some mess. Naledi's in some mess. They were there 0.5 seconds. They were already beside me. But you have too much to lose. You have too much to lose. He stared at me. No, I didn't cry, guys. No. But I was definitely like, no, come on, man. Like I don't know now what people's intentions with me are anymore. Like, I don't know how this honey got to this point. I don't know what made her, but it was like a shock because I was giving her so many compliments throughout the day until I found out that I actually don't vibe with her like that. And then I think my worst fear was confirmed when I realized that maybe she is a mean girl. I don't know, dude. Some girls are just actually mean girls and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's just in their nature, it's in their blood, it's in their DNA, it's in their... You see this vein that's traveling here? It's got a bit of blood and a bit of mean. And there's just nothing you can do about it. So, yeah, man. That's pretty much what happened. And then shortly after, I then found out about Nathan and the cheating and the receipts. And yeah, let me just say to you, I went to bed crying, dog. Like, I literally left Fontaine to go to my room and cry. Called my sister, called my friend, called Jesus, called the deputy, I almost called my dad, dog. Like, I almost called everybody down the ancestral line. Like, I was calling for my mom. I was just like, I cannot believe that I'm in some mess like this again with another woman and a man that I was seeing. So why you can't my daughter at your earliest convenience, because every single story time, men are always the problem. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the story for Vlogmas. Please make sure to comment and like and subscribe and let me know what you thought. Who did you think was wrong in the story? Was it me? Was it Shaniqua? Was it Trisha? Maybe it was Senzo. Who knows? But yeah, guys, that is the end of the story time. I love you guys so much and I will see you guys in my next video on Vlogmas.